Bob this morning, and today we are going to do Barf. The reason I'm doing Barf is because there's a new path heading along from Lordseat to Barf, because it used to be really boggy and eroded, and it's now a new proper hard standing path. So I'm going to check it out and show you guys what the new path is like. But we parked just down from the visitor centre. I haven't had to pay, it's free, just off the road. Walked through the visitor centre, and I've gone along by the bike shop where you can hire bikes, and followed the lower track, and we're going to head to Coombeck and make our way up to Barf through the forest from Coombeck. Paths you can do from the centre, but I just follow the Coombeck trail, and it follows Coombeck, and you come up, top out where you've got a fortified wall with a little waterfall through it, and then I'm going to head straight up through some lovely huge hemlock trees. It's a lovely path, just following along Coombeck. Trails you can do from the visitor centre, and there is a Seat Howe trail and a Coombeck trail. There now seems to be a Wow trail, so I don't know where that goes because they've changed all the signs, so you can follow whatever trails you want. But I'm heading up to Seat Howe, but I like to vary it, so I head along part of the Coombeck trail, also head along up and down part of the two becks trail, and then I veer off and detour up to Seat Howe. So this is the route that I am doing, because you get a varied route of all the trails. I like to be different, so you can check out my map time at the end. I'll do a detailed route. I also put a GPX file up as well of my route in the description as a link. Right, so this is new. This is the Wow Trail. All of that is new. How exciting. But I'm not doing that today. Wow, I'm going to have to check that trail out. The wild trail. Looks epic. I'll have to stop off at the centre and get a leaflet, see where it goes. I'm basically going to follow up to Seat Howe by a coombeck trail over Ullister Hill up to Barf and back round through the forest. So now ascending up onto Seat Howe. So we're at the summit of Seat Howe. Such a good view from this summit of Grisedale Pike. Look at that. All over Whinlatter Forest, of Cotton End, Grisedale Pike, Coldale Horseshoe, Causey Pike, Starland and Barrow, Cut Bells, Derwentwater, the Eastern Fells, Keswick, and Skidda's behind those trees. Heading over to Ullister Hill. So much heather on Ullister Hill. It's worth doing a detour. View now, just in front of Skiddaw. So on a very wet traverse path, bypassing Lord's Seat, heading over to the ridge to Barf. I'm going to get to this new path in a bit. So we're now on this new track. Wow, what a difference. This used to be a right bog hell. This is a delight to walk on now. Not far to Barf, about half a mile I would say, not even that to Barf. That's Lord's Seat up there. I'm loving the new path, so much better. Light over Skiddaw right now, starting to clear. You can see all the way to Derwentwater And Keswick. Puff heads into sunshine, the Dodds. I'll bring you back when we're next on the summit of Barf, with the view of Bassenthwaite Lake. Views. Not quite on the summit yet, but just wanted to show you the glimpse that we're going to get. Excuse me, sound like a puffer train. This is the summit of Barf. Look at that. Bassenthwaite Lake. Billy. That's Skiddaw in the distance. Wow. Don't water. The eastern fells. You can actually ascend Barf from Powterwood. Powterwood's there. You can park in the little tiny car park and just cross the road and follow the track up, straight up Barf. You can see how steep Barf is on this side. Going to make our way down now, quite steeply, all the way down off Barf towards Black Gill. We're just approaching Beckstone's Gill, which we have to ford, but it's not hard at all. Nice little spot. Okay, so just gone over the stile. Back into Whinlatter Forest now. Ascended. Skiddaw. from Bob's seat. So we're going to go down this way, avoiding the signs. This takes you back to Combe Beck. So I'm nearly back at the car. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's going to be about a 7.5 mile walk. So, you know, if you're a serious Wainright bagger, you could actually do the whole Whinlatter round in about 9.5 miles. So you probably wouldn't do this route, you would just do the whole round. But if you just fancy just a little bimble through Whinlatter Forest, around some lovely trails and up onto Barf, with a fantastic viewpoint, and especially in the heather time, when the heather's out in bloom, then this is a walk to do. So I hope you enjoy the video. As I say, I've got map time now at the end with a detailed route of this walk, and I'll also put a link of a GPX file in the description. So I'll say goodbye. So welcome to Map and Scissor Time, and this is a route for Barf, and a part at the, well, just down from the visitor centre, and I included a couple of trails in the forest up onto Seat Howe, Ullister Hill and then Barf, and then back around the forest. So a part for free just before the visitor centre on the road on Whinlatter Pass, room for about 10 cars. And then I walked up through the visitor centre, past the bike shop where you can hire bikes, following the lower path that takes you to where the llamas used to be here. And you want to follow to Combe Beck. So I went along here, up this path, and I got to here. This is where there's like a fortified wall with a waterfall running through it is located. And then I headed up through some really big trees. There's a trail up following this beck, beautiful big trees. Then I turned left not for very long, for about 50 yards, and then followed up Black Gill up to another forest track here. And then I went along, and then this is where the Two Becks Trail, it used to be called the Two Becks Trail, but they took the sign away here now, but you can still go down there. And it heads along here through some cypress trees. It's lovely. And then around on the far side of Combe Gill, heading for this forest path here. And then you're following around Seat Howe, the base of Seat Howe. And you go along, and I think the path for Seat Howe is here that I took. Now, this is actually a back to front way of going up Seat Howe because it's a bit steeper going up this way. Everyone always goes down this way. There is a Seat Howe trail, but that's a separate issue, and you can check the website for the Seat Howe trail. But I, on this walk, headed up Seat Howe because I wanted to do a circular route, so it's the best way for me to do it. Great views on Seat Howe over Grisedale Pike, over to Keswick, the Eastern Fells, the Coaldale Horseshoe, all over Whinlatter Forest and Bassenthwaite Forest. It's a beautiful view. Sat here a while, and then there is a trail that takes you to Ullister Hill round the back here. It's not actually on this map, but I'll just try and guess. It was around like this, aiming for here, and then there's a path through the heather straight up to Ullister Hill. You'll see it on my map, on my GPX route. This is all heather, masses of heather, and it was in bloom, so it was lovely. Quite a boggy path, and you're aiming down Ullister Hill to get to this trail here, and then you're going along. I avoided Lord's Seat. You can go up to Lord's Seat to include that, but there is a boggy trail that bypasses Lord's Seat if you're doing Bath. There's a stile here. You have to get a dog over that stile, as there's no dog gate. And then this is where the new path is located to Bath, and it is fantastic. It used to be really boggy and eroded. Now it's a brilliant hard standing path. It's a bliss to walk on it now. So you just meander along through the heather and then up onto Bath itself. Great viewpoint on Bath. Steep drops down here. Great views over Bassenthwaite Lake, over to Skiddaw over here. Lots of heather all around. It's just a delight to sit here and look at the view. Then you head down quite steeply along here, aiming for Black Gill and back into Whinlatter Forest. You have to ford Black Gill, but it's really easy. You go through over a stile. There's a dog gate for dogs, and you follow along this forest path. Views along here are fantastic. Looking back to Bath, looking over to Skiddaw. So you go along here, get to this point. This is the path where you went up Seat Howe. You keep going along. Now I always go this way. I double back on myself and go down here, and you get to Bob's Seat. It's a lovely place to sit, look at the view, have a coffee, have a picnic if you so want to. And then I am back to Coombeck, so I went along here. These are the signs along here, but I went down here. There's a little trail down here to this point here, back to Coombeck. Then I went back down here and along the track. So back to the visitor centre, back to where I parked the car. So this was about a 7.5 mile route. So it's probably not a walk you would do if you're doing all the Wainrights, because you can bag all the Wainrights, all the Whinlatter Wainrights in about 10 miles. So being 7.5 miles, it's really a route, because Bath is a bit of an out and back. If you're doing Lord's Seat and the others, you have to kind of like, from Lord's Seat, you have to kind of go to Bath and then come back. Because if you're then doing Whinlatter Fell, to get down here onto Beckstone's Gill and back round this way, it's a bit of a chew to get back to Tarboro Moss to get to Whinlatter Fell. So it's always a kind of like an out and back. So if you want to leave Bath on its own and then just do my route to include Bath as a single walk, this is a lovely route. It's got it goes on various trails through the forest and back again, so it's a nice easy route. What I would say is I would probably do my route in reverse, because it's the way I did it, it's actually steeper. There's more steeper ascent going up the way I did it than if you went the other way round. You'd be coming down a lot of the steep stuff, so you might find it a bit easier, but that's just my opinion. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching.